Hi, and welcome to another edition of Gunners Are Us. In this edition, we'll be talking Wolves v Arsenal and match previewing, and we'll also go through the Mikel Arteta press conference. And with that and much ado, let's get on with the video. So it is the match of Wolves v Arsenal. It is first the 19th in the Premier League, and it's going to be a cracking game. It's a chance for Arsenal to remain at the top of the Premier League table if they can beat Wolves on Saturday night at 7:45 and relegate Wolves to staying in the bottom three. So it is going to be a tough match, but I'm sure that the Gunners can prevail and come out as victors. So we've won 6 of our last 8 meetings at Wolves, and it's been a happy hunting ground for the Gunners whilst we have played there. So, who are the danger men to watch out for? From the Gunners' perspective, it will be Jesus, Martinelli, and Saka. I would say are the 3 standout ones to watch for. And from a Wolves perspective, we'll go with Adama Traore and Adama Traore, and let's say Pedro Neto as the ones to watch out for. It's going to be an interesting match. We just have to wait and see if we can win there. So team news, we have Emil Smith-Rowe, who is out with an injury at the moment. He's the only one out. From Wolves' perspective, Raul Jimenez has a groin injury. Pedro Neto's has been out since October with an ankle issue. Diego Costa has been suspended, so that's good news for the Gunners. And Chinquino has also been missing all season. So those are some missing players from a Wolves perspective. So how are we going to line up? I believe we'll line up with a 4-3-3. The players to play, let's see, Aaron Ramsdale in goal. I guess a backline of Ben White, Gabriel, William Saliba, and Alexander Zinchenko. Midfield of Thomas Partey, Martin Odegaard, and Granit Xhaka. And front forward line of Gabriel Jesus, Gabriel Martinelli, and Gabriel Jesus, Gabriel Martinelli, and Bukayo Saka. I believe that will be the starting 11. So let's go into the Mikel Arteta press conference and let's see what the boss has got to say on Wolves. Ahead of our final Premier League game before the World Cup break, Mikel Arteta held his pre-match press conference before our fixture with Wolves. The boss was asked about a number of topics from the gathered press, including World Cup call-ups, his thoughts on the first section of the season and the game tomorrow, as well as the incoming Julian Lopetegui. Here's what he had to say. On Ben White's call-up, I think he's really happy. I think the staff and the players were so happy for him. He fully deserves it, and you could see that it was a big moment for him. On how proud he is to have played the part in Ben's call-up. All of the credit is down to what he's done. You look at his career and how far he's come in a short very period of time. It says everything about the person, the player, his ambition, and especially the consistency that he's achieved over the last few years. On if Ben has thanked him for moving him to right back. No, we have discussed that every player needs some time to understand the reasons why, and I think he's really enjoying it. It brings him other opportunities, and being a versatile player is something that's rare in this world, and I think he's got the capacity to do that. On the players who didn't receive call-up, I think the boys have been really good with each other. We knew how much it meant to Gabriel to be selected to be part of the national team, but unfortunately they didn't have the space this time. The good news is that he's really young, he will have other opportunities, and you have to respect those decisions and carry on your career. On the significance of being top at Christmas, it would be great, but our focus is to play better every single day and to try to play better tomorrow than we did against Chelsea. If we do that, our chances to win the game will increase, and that's where our focus is. On saying our squad is short, I said that from day one after the transfer window, that was obviously the demands of the competitions we have to be involved in are huge. Some of the players have experience, others not that biggest, but we have competed in a really impressive way with the numbers that we have. Of course, if we can improve the team, we are always looking to do that as a club. On if he expects to be a busy in January, I don't know. This is so unpredictable. This window, especially with the World Cup in the middle, we will have a look. We will try to get the squad stronger and be active because we don't know what is going to happen in the World Cup. Touch wood, everybody will be okay. On which team will win the World Cup? One of my players, I hope. On if we have any new injuries? No. On if players have expressed concerns about getting injured ahead of the World Cup? We've discussed that topic before, and I always said to them, if you are thinking about an injury, it's probably going to happen. I don't know if it's going to happen today, the next day, or the first day of your preparations for the World Cup. So get it out of your minds. You are professional athletes, and this risk is always there for you. Do your job and commit yourself to everything that you do in every action, and the risk will be less. On what type of game to expect tomorrow, with it being Steve Davis's last. It's special. Obviously, they are in a moment as well with very special circumstances. I think Steve has done a really good job looking at the games that they have played. We were watching the midweek game they played, and that game before that, they lost, not really meriting to lose the game. We know Saturday night at the stadium will be busy and it will be a tough game. On if we overachieved in the first section of the season, what we try to achieve is to play better every single day, and I think we are making some strides towards that. I think the consistency level that we've shown is much better. Whether we can sustain that level or not is dictated game by game. And if the title race is a two-horse race, I'm not here to give opinions on that. What I want to do is finish as high as possible and play as well as possible. On it being strange with the World Cup starting the following week. This week there is a lot of talk, a lot of rumours, a lot of news, but our focus has been on the game. We know after that what is coming for some players, something extraordinary and special, and for others, the opportunity to reset and prepare. On White's and Ramsdale's price tag, we picked the players that we believe that they had the qualities and the personality to be helpful and successful at our club. Obviously, if they are valuable to the national team, and this case England, then much better. On his favourite World Cup memory, when Spain won it 100%, one of my biggest mates, Pepe Reina, was on that stage making the speech and making everyone proud and happy. On who he wants to win the World Cup, I don't know. Let's see. I think everything is going to happen naturally, and whoever is there will we will be there with them. On the comments made by Brazilian journalist Neto on Gabriel Martinelli, I'm not here to comment on others, that's what he said. On if his son enjoyed being in the away end at Stamford Bridge and knows the chance, he is learning too much, fast and too fast. He is learning too much and too fast. On what chant in particular his son liked, he had a really good time and I'm glad he enjoyed it. And if his son will be there for Wolves, he says, I don't know. On which areas he thinks the squad is short. This is a comment that I made on the first day after the transfer window. It doesn't mean we're not good enough. It is short and we have used players like, for example, Marquinhos. We had other plans and he's been an important player, a player that has the capacity. It's true we had injuries as well. Mo has been out for 3 months. Thomas has been out for a period. We had Alex out for a long period as well. So we have adapted to that. We are willing to do that, but the demands are going to be really big for everybody, and we've got to be ready for that. On whether he would prefer a smaller or bigger squad, I want to have the best possible squad in the world. On it being interesting to see Julian Lopetegui in the Premier League. Yes, very much. He's a great coach. His career talks for itself. What he did at Sevilla, what he did in Portugal, what he did for the national team. He's a really good coach. He's from not far from where I live, so I know him really, really well. And hopefully, after tomorrow, he can have a very successful period here. On how much Bukayo has changed since Euro 2020, I don't know. Obviously, experiences makes you tougher and make you better. If they don't get you down too much, he's reacted in a great way, and the support he got from world football was incredible for him. I think that has helped him to develop into an even better player. On whether it strengthened Bukayo's bond with Mikel, I think the club in general, first of all, Gareth and the coaching staff for the England team were incredibly supportive. That was very important because that was the first period after what happened. Then every stadium in this country, the way they treated him and showed appreciation for him was something really rare. He needed that support, and now he has to use that to take his game to a different level. Or when we saw the best Arsenal so far this season, I don't know. We had periods and big games when we have performed really well, especially against the top opponents. I think what we did last weekend showed a lot of maturity and another side of the team. When we really need to show it, we did it. It's a work in progress all the time. And what you are able to do today, maybe you are not able to do tomorrow. And you have to be on your toes to try to get the team always on the right energy level and the potential level to deliver the quality needed to win. Again, our focus is on getting better every day. On whether he has been surprised by the level considering the age of the team. It's not easy at that age, and what some of the boys have done at 20, 23 years old is rare. I don't know if I've seen that in this league, but credit to them. They have the courage and the personality and the maturity to take the moment the way they do, and obviously they have the quality and talent to do it. On what he expects in the second half of the season, we will analyze the areas, obviously, that we need to improve, the areas that we are doing well, and just focus on the priorities and the things we have to work on. The preseason for us is going to have different phases. We have to maximize that period when we have internationals, when we don't have them, and when they are back in what state they are, and address that and be clever about making those decisions. On how much he can plan for that, we can guess. Very few times that gives you the right answer, but we try to prepare. Obviously, the way we need to be communicating with our players will be very important without being on top of them, but understanding how they are feeling, what they are doing, and try to support them. Have another voice if they want anything can be there. On how important it is to be top at Christmas, I don't know. We are going to have to earn the right to do that tomorrow, and that's where we are. On whether he is planning to go to Qatar, I would like to, but I don't know if we are going to be able to experience that. But I would like to experience that and watch a few games, watch our players live, but I don't know if we're going to be able to. On the morality of holding the World Cup in Qatar, the way the decision making is at the top, it's extremely difficult for us to have an opinion that will change the course of that decision. Probably we'll have to change that pyramid, which would take a lot of time and a big fight. On whether it's a mistake to host it there, I don't know. It's what it is. You have to understand everything before that decision is made, and I don't have all that information to answer that question. And that concludes the Mikel Arteta press conference. So it was quite comprehensive. We'll have to wait and see. Let's just go over the form guide for the Arsenal are in our last 5 games. We've won 4 times and drawn once. And for Wolverhampton's, they've lost 3 times, drawn once, and won once. So that is the form guide. They currently sit in 19th position on 10 points, and we are Arsenal at 34 points in first position. So that is the form guide and table position for the Gunners. And with that, that rounds up the end of this show. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.